So they're starting to code in third grade now. This is like the second year. So now when they get to fourth grade, they've already have a lot of that coding, experience, but they need to get into it a little bit deeper.
They are coding. I mean, they are taking it from idea to fruition.
Exactly.
Extraordinary people in our community, I would say, are
Positively Milwaukee.
I'm excited to have you join us.
PozCast.
So literacy is a big thing for me, and I love to see children, their eyes open up when they learn a new word or they can read a sentence. And so I thought it would be interesting to have, I consider a friend, Lynda Welsh with Sharp Literacy, join us today on the Positively Milwaukee PozCast to talk about sharp literacy. Lynda, it has been a long time. I mean, I was talking to you before. Do you remember when I was out there with the kids for the fun run? And
yes, yeah, Rock and Soul Kids Run. Yes.
Back in 2013. And then, sharp literacy, I was learning, was really about getting kids excited about reading. But sharp literacy has had an evolution. And I want you to share with the audience, its mission and where we're going now.
Sure. Yeah. When I started at Sharp over 13 years ago, I have to admit, I wasn't really sure what I was getting into. But we were an arts program. Arts and literacy, and I'm not an artist and I wasn't an educator, so I thought, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? So I took time. I know how to run a business, and I really cared about Milwaukee community and the underserved population. So I took a couple of years just to really understand what we were doing, and I never really understood what we were doing.
At least you're honest.
I know. And it was just we were all over the board. And just to give you an example, when our sharp educators, we called them presenters at the time, they were using PowerPoint. They weren't using PowerPoints. They were using the slide projectors. And I'm like, okay, we just have to figure this out. Mm-hmm. And we worked real closely with the Milwaukee Art Museum on vocabulary. So they would go to the Milwaukee Art Museum, and we'd have docents that were trained on our program that would walk around and Picassos and sculptures and all this really cool stuff. And the docents would say, so what, if they were working on the weather curriculum, which is our second grade curriculum, can you tell me what season this is? And the kids would be like, well, it's autumn or fall. Well, how do you know that? Well, we know that because the leaves are falling, things like that. Skies, clouds are lower. And I'm like, okay, that's great. So then the docent would hold up the vocabulary card and so forth. So it was a different way. It was visually learning vocabulary. And then we would do assessments on them. And the lower grades, we would do, I think it was like 5 questions on, before and after. So did you know the definition of this vocabulary before? And do you know it now? Mm-hmm. And then the upper elementary, I think we had 10 questions. And it was just like trying to figure out, like, what did that really tell us? And I remember my dad saying, so these kids have learned like 5 more vocabulary words. He didn't understand. I'm like, I don't understand it either. And then it just kind of evolved into, and it was a Rockwell Automation. We had a meeting with the foundation president, and I remember I can see it right now in our conference room. And she said, we're not going to be able to fund you anymore. And they were one of our big funders. We're like, wow, why not? She said, I'm like, okay. And she said, because our focus has changed. We're not funding arts. We are funding STEM. So I'm like, STEM, okay, science, technology, engineering, and math. I'm like, okay. So then we took that, we're like, okay, so, and then as we talked to other foundations and corporations and individual, that was really where the direction that a lot of the corporations, workforce development, they want these kids to start learning these STEM principles at an early age.
So you had to pivot.
We had to pivot, and it took us time. It took us time because we had to rewrite all of the curriculum. We had to find new partners. The Milwaukee Art Museum still remains a partner, but we had to find things that were relevant to what we were teaching the kids. And I love using second grade as an example. So we took time and really did as many, looked at all of our curriculum. We do all of our curriculum in-house, and we do workshops, very hands-on, engaging, and while we made them even more engaging, sparking that curiosity and just really having kids a love of learning.
Which was always the core, right?
It was always the core, right. But it's what we were teaching them now. What experiences were we giving them? So I'll get back to second grade. So we sat down and said, okay, what do we need to do? What's hot, doing a lot of research, and how do we stay relevant? Because arts, and then Rockwell wasn't the only one. Then it was slowly but surely everybody's saying, yeah, we're focusing
Diverting
on something different.
Mm-hmm.
So we said, let's do create art with code. Let's pilot a program with our fourth grade students. Everything else kind of stayed the same way we did this. So we did a pilot for a couple of years and taught fourth grade students, creating art with code. And then it was another one of our foundation VPs that said, what are you creating? What kind of art are you creating? We're like, well, we're really not creating art with code. So we're really teaching these kids how to code. Right. So we piloted that program for a couple of years, and it's one of our best programs now. It's 18 sessions, and now our third grade students, they start learning code. So
is this what led to the design challenge?
Yes.
And for anyone who doesn't know about the design challenge, I had the pleasure of being one of the judges to see these kids come and together as a team, and one person was the coder, the other person was the designer, and then to see them bring that design to fruition in a physical item was really fascinating. And that was what grade?
That's fourth grade. I know. And what I love about that is that they get to work in teams. Mm-hmm. And I hear it all the time that's what students love, because they're in the classroom, they're sitting behind a desk, 6-7 hours a week. So when a day. So when we have sharp educators come in, they get to work in groups and they get to be creative. It's amazing, and all the different prototypes, and we always ask them to solve I don't like the word problem, but solve a concern within your community, within your school, within the world, and
the ideas that they come up with, the solutions, I should say, that they come up with. I remember one was about litter. The other was the one that was so cute. It was a group of kids who had come up with this water can that had a long spout, because their grandma didn't want to have to bend down on the ground to be able to plant her vegetables or to water her vegetables. And just the thoughtfulness that came out of these creations.
All of them are, I find that these students too, that our students are so kind. They really, really work together. And I think they know it's a privilege to be able to have sharp in the classroom and be able to be creative and talk about it. And there are times when there's a little bit of I don't want to do that one, let's do this one. But over the last, and this is probably Design Challenge was our fourth one this year. And every year it's more and more, and it's it's local. They worry about safety. They worry about homelessness. They worry about the one that this really kind of hit me is fourth grade students can kind of be tall or small. It's kind of that growing age.
Yep.
And there was one of the students, and working with two of her friends, and they said, I'm like, what is your project going to be? And they're like, we're going to do a desk that can go up and down, because one of the gals was really big. She couldn't fit under her desk, and she said it's embarrassing and it's just uncomfortable, and I'm always making noise. And so what they did together is they did a prototype of a desk that could go up and down. depending on your size. So that, you know, but it was the kindness and how they worked together. It only affected one of the students, but they wanted to make that student feel good and not be embarrassed. And, you know, so then they did the prototype, and then they did a digital rendering, coded it out. And I mean, it's just, these kids can, you know, what we're exposing them to at a really young age is amazing. I mean,
explain that, because I don't think people get it when you say they are creating a prototype, they are coding. I mean, they are taking it from idea to fruition.
exactly.
In how many weeks?
It's 18 weeks. We spend the first couple, probably the first 5 or 6 sessions really just getting them the coding part of it, because now that we're third grade program is all about video game design. So they're starting to code in third grade now. This is like the second year. So now when they get to fourth grade, they've already have a lot of that coding, you know, experience, but they need to get into it a little bit deeper. If they're going to code a chair or code one of the other, there was safety vests this time, and all these, you know, they have to know how to do that. So it's 18 weeks, and then the last couple of weeks is when judges come in, you know, community leaders and board members, and we get to, you know, evaluate them, and we get to rate them, and then the top 2 teams from each school get to go to the design challenge. And the experiences that, I mean, I get goosebumps when I see these 4th grade students up on stage in front of 6, 7, 8 judges,
And their parents.
and their
friends.
and their colleagues, and you know, I mean, for them to get up and I mean, in 4th grade, you know, they're well spoken. They show their prototype, and this year we did microbits, which was a little bit different. I didn't even know what a microbit was.
What is a microbit?
A microbit is a small little, so it allows the coder to do more with its sound and, you know, blinking back and forth, and it has words going across. One was about fitness, of, you know, kids getting more fit, and it was, you know, get up and do your sit-ups, and great job. And I mean, it's just, you know, I'm like, oh my God, I just, but it makes them feel really special.
Can you describe the demographics of who Sharp Literacy is, specifically in this coding design group, is educating? Because a lot of times I think about the robotics classes that kids take, and they get that in like high school, and they may have had to have a love for that from the beginning because their parents fostered it. But can you share again the demographic of the kids you're working with in these 3rd and 4th grade levels?
Sure. Our demographics, so we are about 47% Hispanic and 47% Black. We're in all urban schools. 88% of our students qualify for the free or reduced lunch program, which is just an indication of poverty. And we're in Milwaukee Public Schools. We're in choice schools, which is the voucher program, so St. Aug Prep and Mesmer and some of those. And then we're also in charter schools in Milwaukee, and we recently, last maybe 4 or 5 years ago, expanded to Waukesha. And part of that reason, and that was me doing that, because I live in Waukesha County, and I think people don't think there's any issues there. There's a lot of issues. So we're really, you know, thrilled that we're able to also, you know, serve that population, which is they're primarily white, but there's a big increasing population of Hispanic and Black students there.
And the reason why I asked about that is because the numbers don't lie, right? The numbers tell us what we're faced with, but it also shows me the access and exposure that you're giving to a population that may not receive those kinds of experiences due to, again, poverty, due to a lack of just not being exposed versus your suburban area schools.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I remember when we were talking, I was in one of the classrooms, and we were telling them the students that they were getting to go to they were a finalist, and they get to go to Fiserv, and then afterwards the Bucks and Fiserv did a fabulous job. They get to go to BMO afterwards and have lunch, and this little girl said, "Oh, I'm going to have to bring my lunch. We're poor. I don't have any money." And it's like, oh, no, you don't have to pay for that. And I mean, it's things like that, like you said, exposure and making them feel really special
And seen.
And exposing them to Fiserv. I would say 99% of the students that were at Fiserv have never been there. And, we get opportunities with Brewers, Cecilia Gore and the Brewers Community Foundation, and really a community support and partnership. So back to my second grade. Second grade curriculum is all about weather, water, and the environment. So everything that they're learning in the classroom from our sharp educators comes to life outside of the classroom at Discovery World. And again, I don't think many students are able to go to Discovery World. And each of our programs aligned with an educational tour experience. So the domes and MSOE and MATC, Linden Sculpture Garden, Urban Ecology Center, all of these experiences. So if you're a part of the SHARP program from K-3 to 5th grade and soon to be 6, what you're being exposed to. And they get excited about it and they want to continue. So when they get into middle school, they already, they have the basics, and not the basics. They have a lot of experience in tech, in the STEAM.
And you talk about tech. Why is it so important for them to be learning this at such a young age?
It's the future. It's too late by the time that you get into high school if you don't even, coding and debugging and all of this stuff. They have to learn. That's the world. That's the world that we live in, and for them to get these experiences is only going to help them. It's going to make them a better student. It's going to make them, we talk about essential skills. Sure, they're going to literacy. They're going to be, better at all this technology and math and all that. But they also, critical thinking skills. When you watch in one of our programs, if you go into one of the coding workshops, they are 100% focused. Because they're, it's fun. They're creating, they're doing their coding. And then there's times when it doesn't work and they're like, ugh, they get so mad. And I think it's a squirrel that gets the nut or whatever. But then they're like, okay, I think I know what we did wrong. And then they do it again.
The problem solving.
Problem solving and perseverance and the teamwork. They don't have opportunities in their academic day to have teamwork and perseverance and just collaboration and cooperation. And
these are like soft skills, hard skills, all at the same time.
Right.
Lynda, you do all of this, or I should say Sharp Literacy does all this without charging the school. So how does Sharp make this happen?
I know. We are so fortunate. So we're 100% privately funded, which really means that we don't receive any type of government funding, federal funding, state funding, any of that. So, but our 60% of our revenue comes from corporations and foundations. So our budget's about 1/8. And that's because they believe in what we're doing. So, the Rockwells and the Bradys and the Northwestern Mutuals and the Milwaukee Tool and all of these corporations that's their focus is, STEM education. We want to always keep the A in there, so we call it STEAM education. And for them, it's also workforce development, which sometimes you're like, oh, at 3rd grade or K-3? Yeah. Again, if they can start learning all of these concepts that they're gonna, and then they're gonna be interested in middle school and then high school. And we have a strong partnership with MSOE, MATC, MIAD, WCTC. So these kids are on campus. And they can see,
what is possible.
What is possible. Yep, exactly. And they, these higher eds, they love it. They love it. The students love to work with the littles, and, and they're people that are like them, that,
I love it.
Yeah.
So before we sign off, how can people help Sharp Literacy beyond getting their corporation to check you out?
Sure.
To make this continue.
Individual giving is great. They can give on the website. Other things, we have an Amazon wish list. So, we want to give the kids the best supplies because they don't have good supplies. So we buy this, it's called Model Magic. It's really cool, and we use it in a lot of our, it's like a Play-Doh, but it's much more, and it's really expensive. But we don't want to cut corners. We want to provide what we, this is something the kids will never have. So supplies, volunteers, all that's on our website. So, we always need volunteers, and the best volunteer jobs are when you're in the classroom with the kids.
So you've heard it. You can give with your money, you can give with your time, but to give to the future is really
Of these
what's
kids,
necessary.
yeah. Exactly.
I love it. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Is there someone in your community doing amazing work? An unsung hero, or someone just with an inspiring story to uplift us all? Well, I want to hear from you because I want to talk to them. Why don't you reach out to me with the email on the screen? And the next time you tune in, they may just be sitting next to me here on the PozCast.